If you have a cold, this is perfect for you. This is probably the best tortellini soup I've ever had. This is probably the best tortellini soup I've ever had. I'm gonna go in with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then I'm doing a whole pound of mild Italian sausage. And I'm gonna try and spread it out. You also wanna break it up. When it's about ready, pull it out and put it in another bowl. Once you have the sausage out, you're gonna add in 1 diced onion, 2 diced carrots, and 2 diced celery stalks. So I'm gonna add in just a touch of chicken stock here, and that's gonna evaporate fairly quickly, just to kind of cool down the pan a little bit, because it is pretty hot. Once that's in there, we're gonna put in 2 more tablespoons of olive oil. The recipe calls for 4, so just splitting it up, doing 2 and 2. Also gonna do a pinch of some salt here, just to help bring out some of that moisture. And what I'm gonna do with this spoon is slightly scrape the bottom. You're gonna see all these brown bits on the bottom here. You just wanna scrape these and try and get them up. It's gonna add a lot of flavor to that soup. Try and get it to be completely clean. I should have a little bit of crushed fennel I'm gonna add in here. Not much, about a teaspoon. And I'm just gonna mix that around. Smell, you guys. Woo. And I really want these to be soft, so I'm gonna give them about 10 minutes. Now that we have those softened up, we're going in with 6 cloves of minced garlic. Next time I'm going with 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste. This stuff like hates coming out. You wanna really mix that around. I'm gonna let that cook for about 5 more minutes. All right, as you're stirring this around, if you see the pan like that on the bottom brown, again, just come in with some chicken stock. Just cool it down a little bit. And then again, scrape that pan. After about 5 minutes, we're gonna add in 3 tablespoons of flour. And it doesn't matter how you pour this in, just get it all in there. You're gonna stir until all that flour is gone. We're gonna do 1 cup of white wine. I'm using Sauvignon Blanc. As this wine evaporates, we're gonna also scrape the bottom of that pan. Now that we have that, we're gonna add in 8 cups of chicken stock here. I know it sounds like a lot, but trust me on this, 8 cups. There's 4. Okay, now I'm just bringing the soup up to a boil. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna add in the sausage. And I'm gonna add in a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Give that a mix and let that come to a boil. Once you have it to a boil, lower that heat and let it keep boiling for about 10 minutes. All right, after it's been bubbling for about 10 minutes, you're gonna add in 1.5 cups of heavy cream. You're gonna mix that up. Now we're gonna let that bubble for about 10 more minutes so it can slightly thicken up. Now I'm adding in 16 ounces of tortellini. And you're gonna let that cook as the package tells you, but you'll be able to feel it should not be that long. They do cook pretty quickly. Now that I've let the tortellini fully cook through, I'm gonna add in 1/4 cup each of chopped basil and chopped parsley. And then I'm gonna turn that heat off, mix that in, and now take it off the heat. Whoa. Wow. Wow. It's so good. That broth is like a 10 out of 10. And it's so hot too. It literally, I can't eat it right now because it's so hot, which makes it even worse because it's so good. This is probably the best tortellini soup I've ever had. This is unbelievable. If you stuck around this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.